In this video, I'll be showing how to install multi-frame generation in Crimson Desert in SteamOS using the Decky DLSS Enabler plugin. I'll be using the Steam Deck for this setup since a lot of you have asked for a full guide, even though the performance isn't the greatest. But the same steps also apply to other higher performing handhelds like the ROG Ally and Legion Go running SteamOS. For DLSS Enabler to expose multi-frame generation options, games need to support NVIDIA DLSS 4 at a minimum. In games without DLSS 4 support, DLSS may unlock as an option, but multi-frame generation will not appear because they haven't been implemented by the developer. However, because Crimson Desert is a game that supports DLSS 4, we can use the Decky DLSS Enabler plugin to unlock multi-frame generation and inject a modified FSR3 frame generation solution developed by Arta, creator of DLSS Enabler. First, we need to go to desktop mode and download Decky Loader from the official Decky website and save this to our downloads folder. Afterwards, let's go to the Decky DLSS Enabler website and make sure to download the latest version available. At the time of this video, we have version 0.3.0, so download the zip file here to our downloads folder. What we want to do next is run the Decky installer from our downloads folder, go through the prompts until we see install successful. Once installed, let's return to gaming mode and let's press the quick access menu button to open our right side menu, where we'll see a new plug icon at the bottom for Decky, and in the top right we want to choose the cog symbol. Go down and enable developer mode, and on the developer tab, for install from zip file, we want to go to our downloads file and install Decky DLSS Enabler. Once installed, we want to select our Crimson Desert install from the list of installed games on our device. When we go down the list, we'll see dxgi.dll with the recommended stamp. This is the DLL file that DLSS Enabler will hook into to allow us to use the multi-frame generation options. Afterwards, we'll see the Apply Game Recommendations toggle, which we need to turn on so that a folder called Plugins and the latest optipatcher.asi is installed for multi-frame generation to work with Crimson Desert. And underneath, we'll see the FSR4 toggle, which we want to toggle to allow us to use FSR4 in Crimson Desert. But we can always switch back to FSR 3.1 later if we want to. Lastly, we want to choose Patch Selected Game, and now a launch option for WinDLL overrides will be added to Crimson Desert's properties. Before we press play, we need to go to our controller tab and enable back grip buttons, and assign L4 to the insert key, which is found on the numpad tab, and assign our R4 button to the tilde key found on the keyboard tab. And afterwards, we can launch our game. Now when we load into the game and we're on the main menu, we have to do a few things. Quickly press start for settings, and this part will be slow, but we need to go down to resolution and change from 4K to 1280 by 800. Press R4 on the Steam Deck to make the apply settings prompt appear, and press A, pressing R4 afterwards to close the menu. We might need to slowly press these a few times for it to work, but eventually 800p will reapply, and as of right now, we need to do this every time we open the game. Now if we go to upscale mode, we'll see that a few extra options are now available, where we want to select and choose NVIDIA DLSS 4.0 and press A to apply. And afterwards we want to choose performance for upscale resolution, but this can be changed, and we want to turn on NVIDIA DLSS frame generation and press apply. And for number of frames generated, we can choose between 2, 3 or 4 depending on our own individual preferences and requirements. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to choose 4 frames generated and go back and load into a game. Now once we're in the game, we want to open our quick access menu button, and on the performance tab, it's important we have disable frame limit enabled, as this is going to give our frame generation the chance to behave as freely as possible without restriction. If we spin the camera, we can see ghosting at the edges of the screen and around the character. But if we press R4 and hold the Steam button, and by using the trackpad, we can select an option called Ghostbuster. And then we want to press Save Changes at the bottom. And now this is a work in progress feature, but depending on the amount of frames generated, results across devices can differ, where ghosting can be mitigated from how it was previously. And if we press the L4 button, we can open OptiScaler, which manages our upscaling options. By default will be set to FSR4, which provides the clearest image, but also has the highest performance penalty compared to FSR 3.1. So if you want to change this, just hold the Steam button and use the trackpad to select and change upscaler. Of course, the performance on Steam Deck isn't the best even with multi-frame generation applied, and is better suited to higher end devices for better results. But it doesn't hurt to try, and if you end up liking it or not, leave a comment with your experience so far. I have a gameplay demonstration video in the description where I test multi-frame generation with Crimson Desert on the Steam Deck across a few different situations to give you an idea of the performance with frame generation enabled. Now if you've tried this with Crimson Desert on the Steam Deck and you want to uninstall, exit the game, open Decky DLSS Enabler, go to the bottom and choose Unpatch Selected Game. And when we launch Crimson Desert again, all the files will be removed and the game will be reset to its default state with just FSR 3.1. So I hope this video was helpful in showing you how to get Decky DLSS Enabler installed on SteamOS devices in Crimson Desert. Although the plugin is still in its early stages of development, the response to Decky DLSS Enabler so far has been very positive, and all of your feedback is much appreciated. The latest version of the plugin includes game compatibility presets, with Crimson Desert being the first supported title. This adds an Apply Game Recommendations toggle by default, which optimizes the patching process for specific games, with more titles currently being tested for future support. If you'd like to share feedback of your own, or share how you got a game working, feel free to leave a comment below, open an issue on the GitHub page, or send an email over to have your feedback considered, as it would be great to hear from you. We're especially grateful to those of you who have taken the time to reach out personally with your thoughts and feedback, as this motivates us to improve the plugin, make it stronger, and iron out any issues users may be experiencing. So before we end the video, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Jason Derulo, aka Kurt Heimborg, for creating the Decky DLSS Enabler plugin, Arta and Emil for creating DLSS Enabler, and the OptiScaler team. And links to all of their work can be found in the description. So if you found this video helpful and want to see more content like this, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and share this video with others. Until the next video, thanks for your time, have a wonderful day, look out for one another, and I'll see you later.